Hello and welcome to RoXolid Productions, where in this episode we are going to review the Mi Box 4K streamer from Xiaomi. Hello everybody and welcome to RoXolid Productions. My name is Gary and we are again here with the Xiaomi Mi Box 4K streamer. Now today you have a lot of different options out there if you want to get involved in 4K or even 1080p streaming, from Amazon Fire TVs to a number of different Roku boxes to smart TVs to add-on devices such as the Mi Box 4K TV. If you haven't done so and you want to see what this all comes with feature-wise and accessory-wise, make sure you check out our unboxing, which you can find right there. If you haven't seen it yet, the Mi Box 4K streamer does come out of the box basically with everything you need to get up and running. It includes an HDMI cable. It includes your remote control, which we happen to have right here. The remote control does have voice access, which we'll show you in a little bit. 2 AAA batteries for the remote itself and a power cable too. Now this does use a barrel type connection for the power cord, so unfortunately you can't use a micro USB or even a USB type C type connection off of your TV to power it. You do need a dedicated outlet to be able to power the Mi Box 4K TV. Now it does run a version of Android TV that is a little bit different than what you might see on, say, the NVIDIA Shield TV. And in some ways that's a good thing, some ways it's a bad thing. We'll get to that in a few moments. In addition, it is actually running Android TV versus running a version of Android on a TV. And by that I mean you can get boxes at cheaper price points than this, and this is available for $69.99. You can get cheaper boxes for $25, $30, $35 that run straight Android, not Android TV. And the difference with that is you have a different suite of apps that are available for this than what's available for those boxes. You also run into app compatibility issues and just functionality issues, such as a lot of times those versions of Android are still designed around using a touch screen. I can't touch my TV and make apps work. It just doesn't work that way. If you're interested in learning about the initial setup on the Mi Box TV too, make sure you check out our video up there that walks you through what we did to get it set up to our television here. Now this is a Samsung 4K smart TV that I do have it hooked up, and I am running it through my HD capture card into the television itself, so we will be able to show you screen captures for what we're going to go through. Now out of the box, I love the small size. It is a very tiny little unit. And what's great about that is you can put it just about anywhere. You could even mount it behind a TV if you have a way to mount it. I kind of wish that there was like a nail hole or a screw hole on the back that you could just easily wall mount it right behind a television. That'd be really cool. Or connect it to your TV mount. The remote control itself, a little bit larger than what you would find on the NVIDIA Shield TV, but it does have some nice features to it. First of all, is it does have a dedicated power button. The NVIDIA Shield TV does not have that. Instead of the touch screen that you had, or the touch panel on the NVIDIA Shield TVs, you actually have an up-down rocker button. You have a microphone button, a home button, and a back button too. This is a little bit larger than what the NVIDIA Shield TV's remote is. I have to say I actually like the fit and feel of this better. It does have voice search built right into the remote and into the system, and basically how that works is I will hit the button and let's check out what the score of last night's Milwaukee Brewers game was. What was the score of last night's Milwaukee Brewers game?
Milwaukee Brewers lost to Pittsburgh Pirates 6-4.
So here you can see, and I painfully watched this game, the Brewers lost 6-4 on a walk-off 2-run home run. It gives you basically all the information right there, and then it also has related options right down below, which is kind of cool. The other thing you can do is search for content. So say, for example, I want to find our unboxing video on our YouTube channel. RoXolid Productions Mi Box 4K streamer unboxing. So here you have a number of different options, but you see ours, third one up right there. So you can do a number of different in-app searches using the voice functionality out here too. Again, if you haven't done so, make sure you check out our unboxing and setup videos that we have too. Functionality, you have a number of different things on the screen that you're looking at. This top row, that is dictated by the apps that you have pre-installed. These are, so this is the weather app that I have, the weather network. That's my Plex, again, weather network. I have this pretty limited as far as what I have in this first row. I just don't like seeing a whole lot of clutter. HBO Go, my gutter. Again, I have a lot of Plex stuff listed on here because I do use my Plex DVR. Mr. Belvedere, again, Bob Euchre, hilarious Milwaukee Brewer. Down below that, you have your Mi Box recommend. Down below that, you have your game section. As you see, I do have Real Racing 3, NBA Jam, Radiant, Super Retro 13, and Retro Arch all pre-installed on here. Gaming is definitely a challenge for the Xiaomi Mi Box. It is not very stout at doing it. The way that Xiaomi advertises is it's a 3x2 processor. So it has 3 cores dedicated towards your main processing and 2 cores dedicated towards your GPU. I tried playing NBA Jam and it's not a very graphically intensive game, but it lagged a lot. I tried running games such as Star Fox, the original Star Fox, using a same file that I've used in emulation on other machines. It's terrible bog and lag. It basically makes it unplayable. Really not a great system to use for that. However, if you do want to try it, one of the cool things is it will pair with any Bluetooth device. So for example, my 8BitDo Super NES style gamepad that I have worked just fine with this. And then down below this, the app section, this is generally what you've installed or sideloaded yourself. There are some that come pre-installed on here. There's my Google Play Store, Plex, live channels, YouTube, Google Play, so on and so forth. And as we showed you in our initial setup, you can kind of reorder everything that you have on here. Below you have your settings and your Wi-Fi settings on here too. User experience has been okay, not great, but okay. One of the biggest issues that I've run into is the remote control frequently comes unpaired from the main unit. But doesn't do it until after I've powered the unit on using the remote control. So for some reason, I have to repeatedly repair the unit by pressing the back arrow and the home key. Speaking of the home key, on many other Android devices, whether we're talking about phones or whether we're talking about the NVIDIA Shield TV, if you double tap the home page, it brings up a list of most recent apps. If I hit the home key twice on here, nothing. Not a thing. I'd like to be able to see my most recently used apps. That way I can manage my RAM and resources so I'm not wearing down, or not wearing down, but overloading the processor built into the system itself. Voice search works well, and it works okay for watching content. Now, for acting as a Plex streamer, it simply does not have the horsepower to do that. I've tried to run Plex on this as a server, and it just does not work well. However, it will run Plex and live channels just fine as a receiving device, for example. So let me go into my Plex right now because I do have the Plex Pass subscription, and I am using my HD home run from Silicon Dust to basically help cut the cord. So for example, if I want to go to recently added television, and this is showing me everything recently that I have recorded on my DVR, works great. So let's go to I believe this is the season finale of Big Brother, and we're gonna play it, and I'll resume. Actually, I'm gonna play from the beginning because that's the end. So as it loads up here, it doesn't take too long. Decent color, decent picture, but there you can see how it's kind of breaking up and buffering. What I've found that I've had to do is go into the settings, and I can't play original quality. I've been stepping mine down to converting to 2 megabits per second at 720p. So I'm having to step it down to be able to watch DVR content. It just can't keep up with what it's being fed from my NVIDIA Shield TV. Now once that's done, it works fine. Minor lags, minor buffering, but nothing major there. Now again, if I hit home twice, nothing, not a thing. Just, that's one of my major annoyances on this system. Other streaming services such as Netflix and YouTube works just fine. Google Play Movies and TV run into very similar instances as I have with my Plex. Same with like Vudu and other things. It's okay is the best way that I can describe it. Now, for reference, my internet service that I have is I do subscribe to a 75 megabit per second download through Comcast Xfinity, and generally speaking on speed test, I'm seeing speeds between 70 and 80 megabits per second, and I test that frequently, so I am getting good speed. I'm just having issues where it just doesn't seem like the CPU or the RAM or a combination of the two is quite enough to keep up with the demands that I'm asking of it. And really, like I say, playing games is where I really noticed it the most. So at the end of the day, for $70, it's an okay streamer and it's an okay Android TV, but that's just it. It's just okay. There are other systems out there that you can purchase, even outside of the Android TV ecosystem, that perform better for less money. I would honestly at this point recommend the Roku streaming stick, which can be found for about $40. Comes with remote control and does not have the bog or lag or latency or whatever you want to call it that this system here does. Now, if you are looking for something that you can run the gaming and the emulation off of, like this can, I would recommend either stepping up and investing fully in an NVIDIA Shield TV. You can get those for about $199, or even at $99 roughly, you can get the Amazon Fire TV, which will do a lot of that. Another issue with this system too that leaves me kind of sour, but they had to cut corners in places to hit that price point, and I understand that. And we covered this in one of our earlier videos, but if I go down to storage, which I think is storage and reset, there we go, is you only have, after the operating system and whatnot has installed, you only have just over 5 gigs of storage to put things on here. It makes it completely useless as a media server without an external storage device. You can utilize an SD card, sorry, not an SD card, but a thumb drive if you'd want to expand the memory, or an external hard drive. But if you're going to invest that kind of money anyways, so for example, you can get a 16 gig USB 3.0 card for about $15-20. At $70, $15-20, for another $15 or $20, you get a 4K Amazon Fire, or you can get the one of the really higher end Roku boxes too. Again, they've kind of priced themselves and featured themselves into a corner with the way that the whole system works. But you did see how everything was pretty responsive as far as the microphone. Would I, at the end of the day, recommend you purchase, should you buy a Xiaomi Mi Box? Not really. I really would not recommend this device. There are so many better options out there, again, at a lower price point, that will do what this system does and more, and do it better for less. It's an interesting experiment. I like seeing the Android TV ecosystem expand, but this is just not a good implementation of it. One final thing, just as far as the user interface, under the apps, on the NVIDIA Shield TV, I get 2 rows, where with this I only have 1, where I have to just scroll all the way over. Yes, I can download and install other launchers, but really I just want the launcher that NVIDIA put on theirs, because it works really well. And I guess at the end of the day, in my opinion, the Mi Box falls short just because the NVIDIA Shield TV is such a great performing device, and really between the two of them, I would highly recommend the NVIDIA Shield TV over this. Yes, I understand it's $130 more, but it's an investment. It's not something that you're going to replace on an annual basis. You're going to have it for year after year after year. So if you're going to do it, I suggest investing in quality equipment, and this just isn't ready for primetime TV. Pun definitely intended. But that's my opinion. What do you think? Please feel free to leave a comment down below. We do read each and every one of them. Do want to thank our Patreons out there. Eric Jordan, one of our great patrons out there that has helped support the channel. For as low as $1 a month, you too can help support RoXolid Productions and keep us moving and creating new content such as reviews for devices like the Xiaomi Mi Box 4K streamer. You can also feel free to email us at roxsolidmail@gmail.com. Hit us up on Twitter at RoXolid Studios. We're super active there too. And you can also hit us on Facebook at facebook.com/RoXolid Productions. Again, my name is Gary with RoXolid Productions. And when it comes down, should you buy the Xiaomi Mi Box 4K? No, you really shouldn't. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.